Telco consumer market is huge, worth $1.3 trillion on a global basis by the end of 2025. 90% of these revenues come from those core connectivity services, i.e. fixed broadband access and mobile data. To facilitate this, service providers have had to invest billions of dollars in their next generation broadband networks, but growth remains a challenge with a CAGR of just 2% over the next 5 years. This is largely because even though we've seen exponential growth in broadband speeds and mobile data limits, ARPUs remain relatively flat, and that means that growth only comes really from subscription growth, especially in those mature markets. Alzbeta, growing the core remains a key part of our research. I'm just wondering, have we found any answers for service providers in this area?
Yes, so there are several ways in which service providers can grow their core connectivity revenue. One is to leverage the gigabit and multi-gigabit speeds that are enabled by the rollout of next generation technologies such as fiber and 5G. However, this should be done with caution, as in order to avoid the race to the bottom that we see when service providers offer more and more speed for little to no increase in price. In our opinion, the highest speed tiers should be limited or should be reserved for the most premium tiers and price offerings. Another way is to focus on quality of experience. And we know from the digital consumer surveys that we conduct annually that consumers increasingly value quality of experience over speed. And receiving 100% reliable service and good Wi-Fi experience matter to consumers more than speed. And while, of course, speed and good value are still important to consumers, there are other features that service providers can differentiate on, such as reliability and consistency. But service providers should also look to other adjacent areas that they can expand into, and that presents a significant revenue growth opportunity.
Yeah, and when it comes to those value-added services, in terms of our research, we look at everything from cybersecurity, parental controls, right through to media and smart home. But selling those value-added services remains challenging. And what we find is actually one of the biggest challenges comes back to what we were talking about before, where markets start to saturate. And a lot of the focus from service providers goes mainly into churn reduction. And then we find that all strategy, including value-added service strategy, is really focused around protecting against churn rather than driving growth. And I'm just wondering, Alzbeta, going forward, whether AI technology could help service providers in this area.
Yes, so NIM-enabled tools and features present a great opportunity for telcos, whether it is in the smart managed Wi-Fi environment where AI can be used to predict, manage, and prioritize traffic, solve interference issues, and prevent issues before the customer even notices them, or using AI to develop highly personalized marketing and customer segmentation-based offering that's tailored to the customer's specific needs and preferences, because we see that it's becoming increasingly important and very important as we see from the results of our survey that consumers are willing to pay extra for features that matter to them personally. And AI is also being deployed in customer service and customer engagement, where it can help telcos identify potential upsell opportunities or customer churn risks. And also in other ways that can lead to operational savings, improved net promoter scores, and ARPU growth.
Great. All these topics form the backbone of our research for 2026. So if this is of interest to you, then please feel free to reach out. Thank you.
Thank you.